As much as I love my OG Switch, and believe me, that thing was my most played console of that generation, I'd be lying to you if I didn't admit that there were performance issues for some titles. This led to me avoiding trying specific titles on the Switch out of fear of that. But with the Switch 2's enhanced capabilities combined with backwards compatibility, this means a gigantic backlog of games has opened, and the console has a ton of games you can try even in its infancy. So let's take a look back at some Switch titles you should really try on your Switch 2, and hopefully this video helps you discover some awesome new games that you'll enjoy. We'll kick off this list with Aellier Ryza, a trilogy of games that will immediately hook you if you're a fan of lighthearted stories, exploration, crafting, or any combination of the three. In this series, you play as a girl, Ryza Stout, who craves adventure. After a chance meeting, she is taken on as an alchemist's apprentice and granted her atelier, a workshop where she can craft her alchemical creations. You'll spend large portions of the game exploring, gathering materials, and crafting to fulfill the requests of your friends and various folk living throughout the kingdom. The three games continually escalate, with Ryza becoming increasingly essential and famous over time, leading to grand adventures and even more impressive alchemical creations. If you're looking for a contained trilogy to sink your teeth into, and you love crafting and experimentation, this is gonna be a great get. There's also plenty of other Aellier games you can try as well, with the most recent foray, Aellier Yumiya, having dropped just recently. You could also consider checking out the story behind one of the most hated Smash characters, not for who she is, but because of what she can do in the hands of a skilled player. You should check out the Bayonetta Trilogy. This is Platinum Games' flagship series, and follows a witch who dual-wields pistols, shooters in her high heels on top of that, and she has long, magically transforming hair, which becomes a supernatural weapon. While there were occasional performance issues on the original Switch affecting the high-octane combat the series is known for, this seems to be all but solved on the Switch 2, allowing the titles to reach their full potential on their now native console. If you're looking for a series focused on action and skilled combo execution, then this is gonna strike a chord with you. Speaking of fighting a vast array of enemies all at once, some games that really struggled on the Switch were the Warriors titles. If you're unfamiliar, these games have you fighting a large number of enemies all at once, thrashing your way through the battlefield like a god, and they are very cathartic after a terrible day. There are three titles deserving a mention here, with my favorite being Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition. With the Switch 2, this title now runs pitch perfect. It has absolutely zero issues, allowing you to truly enjoy thrashing about the battlefield as Link, Ganondorf, Zelda, Zant, or whoever your favorite Zelda character might be. Feeling for a little more story than Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, a game I dropped when I first got it as I considered it completely unplayable on the OG Switch, now finally works. So you can check out an excellent prelude that leads directly into Breath of the Wild. If you're a Fire Emblem fan, then Fire Emblem Three Hopes runs excellently on the Switch too. So if you want to see a cool alternate history to Three Houses that I honestly feel improves on the story in many aspects, answering a ton of unanswered questions, now is your chance to experience that as well. I think we can all agree that receiving a free transformative upgrade on the Switch 2 is excellent for any game, but it's even better when that game is No Man's Sky. An absolute success story of a game that came out in a terrible state almost a decade ago now, No Man's Sky has stood the test of time and improved with every single update, becoming one of the greatest redemption stories in the gaming industry. This is an action-adventure game that focuses on exploration, survival, crafting, and trading, with players navigating a vast universe that changes daily. The game eases you into the experience by having you wake up on a remote planet needing to repair your crashed starship. Still, once that is complete and you can leave, there is an entire galaxy at your fingertips, eager to have you get out there and explore it. With no sign of updates stopping soon and almost a decade worth of content to discover, this is an excellent fit for you to sink countless hours into on Switch 2. Now maybe you're not super into the exploration, maybe you're looking for a more captivating story, maybe one that can get a little weird at times. In that case, you should not miss out on Disco Elysium, now running perfectly on the Switch 2. Following a troubled detective with no memory of the world around him, Disco Elysium is an RPG that features very little combat, with you instead primarily resolving issues with skill checks and branching dialogue trees. As you play through the game, your decisions shape the personality of the protagonist and grant you new ways to solve problems and interact with the world. It is regarded as one of the greatest video games of all time, and makes a strong case for games as an art form, without being pretentious about it. This is a title worth your attention, and I hope we receive more news on its spiritual successors, Hopetown and XXX Night Shift, soon. But maybe you do want an RPG with a captivating story, but you're looking for more interesting battle mechanics. In that case, you should probably consider trying the cult classic The Last Remnant, which now runs perfectly on the Switch too, thanks to its unlocked resolution and frame rate. In this game, you play as Rush Sykes, in a world where wars are fought over powerful artifacts called remnants. Each remnant is bound to a specific person who can control its power, and those who control the remnants control the world. This game features turn-based battles with squads of 3 to 5 units known as unions, and battles are affected by a range of mechanics, including action points, morale, and the composition and skills of your union. With over 100 different characters to add to your roster, armchair strategists like myself can find a bevy of combinations to mix and match to create some compelling teams. This is one of those games that was not well received upon release, but gained a cult following over time. Time has honestly been kind to it, it's honestly held up, and if you were a fan of the recently released excellent Unicorn Overlord, you should probably check this out for yourself, because it shares some striking similarities. Now, I'm sure there are many games out there that I've missed or specifically didn't mention. I figured the Pokemon games were no-brainers. I'm not sure if the rumors of every Xenoblade title getting a Switch 2 upgrade are true, so I left those out. And I was going to mention Romancing Saga 2 Revenge of the Seven, but that received a Switch 2 update for just $10 as I was writing this video, which I have of course got, and I will be playing through the game running better. So that's why I didn't mention any of those, and those are just some examples. Is there an old Switch title you think is worth a second look on the Switch 2? And what have you been playing on your Switch 2? Please let me know down in the comments. It is now on track to be the best-selling console of all time, so I'm sure plenty of you out there have some great suggestions. Now, before we go, I want to give a massive shout out to all my YouTube members and patrons. Your support for what I do is fantastic, and I appreciate it, so I just wanted to make sure you all knew. I'll leave a link to my Patreon and Ko-fi down in the comment section if you'd also like to show your support. This is Kawaii50, hoping you all have a phenomenal day, and I'll see you all in the next one.